that we are receiving. This is with regards to the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. Now, Israeli entry into US visa waiver program goes into effect, and Israel's embassy in the Washington announces that as of today, following admission to the visa power waiver program, Israelis can travel to the US without a visa. Now, citizens with biometric passports can travel to the US by filling out online forms up to 72 hours before the trip, and they will be able to remain in the US for up to 90 days for business or pleasure. So this is the particular input that we are receiving, and we have Siddhant Mishra continuing to be with us to also bring us more details into this particular development as well. Siddhant, coming to you with this question, the Israeli entry into the US visa waiver program, how is this going to pan out with regards to the fact that this is a time of war, and now that US has allowed Israel into this visa waiver program, this comes in as a big move for sure. How do we see this developing, and what are the repercussions it will have?
Yes, I mean, it shows the intention and perhaps the clean heart of United States of America, that they have announced this visa waiver program. So now the Israelis can travel to the US without a visa, and in fact, Israeli embassy in Washington has also announced and perhaps made it clear for the people that they can travel to US without a visa. Look, we have a situation where comparison is required. Now, US, which is backing Israel from day one, and perhaps has taken a strong position and has kept this position from day one, that Israel does reserve a right to self-defend its people, its territory, now has opened up the gates of the country so that people can come freely, given the circumstances going on in Tel Aviv and other parts of Israel, where they are in constant threat of missile attacks. Now, compare it to the situation going on in West Asia. There are people trapped in the Gaza Strip. There are people, those who are stuck there without humanitarian aid. Humanitarian crisis is escalating, but despite that, none of the neighboring countries, and especially I'm talking about Egypt and Jordan, are ready to accept people from Gaza. Now, this shows that to what extent you support someone. If America is supporting Israel, they are launching their visa waiver program so that Israelis can come to America and can stay in America safely until this war ends. But on the other side, there is only lip service that comes from West Asian countries. There is only solidarity in tweets and statements that come from the West Asian countries. There is only solidarity comes when US goes and meets them, so they try to put pressure on US to secure humanitarian corridors. But these countries have borders with Israel, with Gaza, and there was a demand also. World community wanted them to take people from the Gaza so that they can be in the refugee camps and can be safe. But none of these countries have agreed to it. So it's very important to draw a parallel here, and perhaps it also shows that how much you want to do for some other country, or you only want to restrict yourself merely to a lip service.
Definitely, Siddhant. It comes in as another effort by the US in terms of humanitarian aid that they are providing to the people who are suffering from this Israel-Hamas war that is underway right now. As we speak of the Israel-Hamas war, we get into the depths of it now, the background of what has been going on for now. Now, days after the US President Joe Biden's solidarity visit to Israel, UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak also reached Tel Aviv yesterday, and there was a recent strike by Israeli troops near a hospital in Gaza's Khan Yunis. Now, the war rages as Israeli strikes on Gaza continue to hit cities, including the south, that Israel has described as the safe zone for civilians. Since the attack, both Hamas and Israel have traded charges, holding each other responsible for it. Now, World Health Organization chief urged Israel to allow fuel to be taken into the Gaza Strip alongside the first deliveries of water, food and medicine. Israel's finance minister has said there is currently one mandate to completely destroy Hamas. Remember, in the past couple of days, Israel evacuated several of its embassies across the Middle East. Now, we'll first have a look at some of the bits that we have received, reactions that we have received from several leaders. Let's have a look at that first.
This is not merely our battle, it's the battle of the entire civilized world. It's the battle of Israel, it's the battle of the moderate Arab countries, it's the battle of Western civilization, the battle of the free world, the battle for the future. We have to release the hostages. You have nationals. Understand that, I know you do, that we have their children, babies, women, elderly, Holocaust survivors, and your nationals. And we have to work together in every way possible, and we're doing that, to get them back. 80 years ago, Prime Minister, the civilized world stood with you in your darkest hour. This is our darkest hour. It's the world's darkest hour. We need to stand together, and we want to win. And this is why I value your support.